So let me talk a little bit about using live bait out here for mainly fishing amberjack. You also get grouper with them. I'm going to take my live bait here. I'm using a number 6/0 treble hook here, or not treble, but a circle hook. I'm going to push that right through the gullet area here, making sure I don't have any scales on the point. I got about an 8-foot leader here of 80-pound test line. So I'm going to throw that out, and that goes up to about a 2-ounce sinker. But that live bait, when you first put it in, should be swimming good. So it's swimming down. And I'm seeing some fish at 40 feet here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, I'm going to go down 6 sweeps. 3, they're about 6 foot each, so that should put me right at that 40-footish range. 5, 6. So now what I want to do is just take, and I want to hold this for a second. Hopefully I get a bite right away, but if I don't, what I do is I let that fish struggle a little bit at that depth. I think that gets their attention. But the second time I can feel it struggling, I just let out a little bit of line so it kind of swims down. So it was sitting there struggling, and it gets to go down a little. I let it sit there for a second, let it struggle a little bit. You can kind of see it on the rod tip out here. He's kind of struggling out there. He's still struggling, so I'm going to let him down another 3-4 foot. So I'm just basically changing the depth that he's fishing in the water column. Now I'm getting a little more like a hard thumping. There we go. There we go. Oh, beat it. Like I said, with the circle hook, you don't want to set the hook. Just kind of let it load. There's the load. Just like that. But again, if you just start moving around that water column, oh, it's a good one too. Just got to move around that water column a little bit. Sometimes they'll come up to eat it. Sometimes they want it chasing down. Oh boy. This is a real heavy duty rod here. And Carnage. 500 spin fisher reel on here, 80-pound test braid down to an 80-pound test fluorocarbon leader. The good thing is that even though the bigger fish, you can control them just a little bit. Now there's times when they're going to control you, but what you're always trying to do is kind of keep it straight under you. So if you get out way out there, that's when they're going to find the bottom or the rack or whatever's here that's holding them. That's when you can lose them. A little bit heavier gear here. We can kind of get his head turned towards us, hopefully. Again, if you haven't fought a lot of big fish, you'll notice I'm not fighting this fish with my reel. That is, I'm not just sitting there cranking on the reel, trying to lift my rod up, and I take maybe a crank or two, and then I try and lift the fish again. Doesn't want to be lifted. A lot of times they'll get to a certain depth, and that's kind of what they'll give you for a little while, and you just gotta hope they're above the bottom and above the wreck or whatever you're fishing, so that he can't get in any trouble, and just kind of let him wear himself down a little bit. As soon as he gives you a chance, you want to be ready to get some line on him. He should be coming here pretty quick. There he is. I see color. Good one. There he is. Look at that beautiful thing. These big amberjack, they got that big old head on them. Just gonna grab the leader here. That's a good one. Really good one. Trouble! Big fish on board. Okay, so he measured out to be about a 48-incher, 4 foot of solid muscle. What a great fight. And it's all because I worked that water column and got him to bite. I'm going to release him right here by these two because they got some on too. Fish are biting! Fish are biting!